Benitez, would you take the roll, please?
Certainly, Chairman. Commissioner Prow?
Present.
Commissioner Simmons?
Present.
Commissioner Schmidt?
Present.
Vice Chair Frost is not here. Chairman Franzo?
Present. Would you all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Discussion, approval, disapproval of the minutes of the regular meeting conducted on January 3rd, 2019. Do we have any comments? I had one. And I probably won't find it, but what I thought I saw was that I asked if we had data on, empirical data on using the larger signs, and the response was, yes, we do. And I didn't see that we affirmed we had the empirical data. Maybe I read it wrong. Anyway, if that's not, would you please make the correction?
Certainly.
Thank you, Ms. Benitez. Other than that, the minutes are good. So with that, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes. Regular meeting of January 3rd, 2019. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion by the chair, Commissioner Pranzo, second by Commissioner Schmidt. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Discussion, approval, disapproval of staff presentation and public hearing as continued from December 20th, 2018 meeting to solicit input regarding case PZ 1834TA, a proposed text amendment to the Town of Florence Development Code, definitions in Part 7, parking, loading, and unloading. I take it we have a presentation.
Chairman Pranzo, Commissioners, we do have a presentation. It's no different than the presentation you saw back on the 20th of December when you continued the public hearing to this date, today's date. But if Chairman of the Commission would like to hear that presentation again, I'd be happy to give it, or I can give you some quick updates since that time. And
Well, I will leave that to the commissioners.
I'd like to have an update. I would definitely like that.
We're in the mode for updates.
Very good. Chairman Pranzo and Commissioners, since that December 20th meeting, when this public hearing was continued, which we will need to reopen the public hearing to fully convene that at your convenience or after I give you a brief update. Since that meeting, we also went to Historic District Advisory Committee and reviewed both these codes as well, and they had minimal input at that time on it. We're happy with the drafts as written. That said, we've just continued other efforts in communicating with the public whenever we can on upcoming public hearings and so forth. With that, staff is recommending the Planning and Zoning Commission forward a affirmative recommendation for City Council, Town Council's adoption of this proposed text amendment, and to also include those amendments listed in Exhibit B of your staff report and included as an attachment. And that's really the bulk of that's the update. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. And as I mentioned, we still need to convene the public hearing as well. Thank you.
Do we have any questions from the commission?
Just one, if I may. The recommendations, this that you presented tonight includes the changes that were recommended by the commission last month?
So at our last meeting, we had no changes, but the meeting prior to,
Prior
we
to
did
that.
have changes that you did review on the 20th, correct? And then we just have one Exhibit B that shows that you saw also on the 20th that have some tweaks and some areas that we requested and directed us from our prior meeting. If that makes sense.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Burkhart, a point of interest. The public hearing and any other committees that you met with, did you walk away with the feeling that people actually read this?
Chairman and Commissioners, I think that my sense is people read what they do a quick peruse of the headings, and if there's a certain heading that they're interested in, they might read further. And I think that's also consistent with land use codes and most people's experience with them. But that's why we like to do this exact same presentation, just to at least package it in a way that if there's something that, of these primary topics that we discussed or those primary changes that interest them, then they can go in and dig deeper. And we do have these drafts on on our website, Community Development Department website, with an opportunity to submit comments or questions or any feedback they wish once they click on that draft, and they see this opportunity to submit a comment. So ideally, I think those early meetings are really just finding interest. So long answer.
Yeah, I get it. Mr. Harmon?
It's a hard one.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, just to add to that, Mr. Burkhart did not join us at the Historic District Advisory Commission, for example. Staff did take the amendments to them. They were provided the drafts. The impression that staff received from the commission was they were confident in what the Planning Commission was doing, and they were interested in how any of it directly or indirectly affected the historic district itself. And so that's what we highlighted to them, and there was I thought, complete satisfaction. They were completely satisfied with the discussion and the answers to any questions that they had. So, what we're seeing is, in my opinion, is confidence in the Planning Commission that they're doing their job and watching out for the community. And then, as Mr. Burkhart has said, anybody that has a special interest, we've dealt with individually and walked them through the code as necessary.
Great. Well, it's just nice to know that there is other eyes on it. Okay, then, do we have any other further comments? Then, keep my act together here. I'll make a motion.
Chairman?
Yes?
Good part of the motion, just convene the public hearing or wrap up. We still have that public hearing continued from the December 20th meeting. So
That's continued from December 20th meeting. Yeah, I keep reading this and it keeps tripping me up. So I'll move that we continue the public meeting, PZ 1834 TA. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion from Commissioner Pranzo, second by Commissioner Simmons. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carried. So now, the confusion. You continue the public hearing, and this is asking for a motion to recommend approval or disapproval to the town council. So where are we going with this?
Your motion was to continue with the public hearing, and therefore you need to announce to the audience that you are ready to take any additional public comment. If there is none, then you close the public hearing, and then you can make a motion and vote on the action.
All right. So then I will open to the public for comment on The parking, loading, and unloading development code and definitions, Part 7. And now I will close to the public. Now, are we still looking for a motion to the council? Okay. This is why I asked these questions, and now I'm up here tripping all over myself. All right, I'll make a motion to recommend approval of case PZ 1834TA to the town council. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Pranzo, second by Commissioner Pro. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carried. All right, continue public meeting,
For that one, guys.
hearing. And
I believe we need to reopen the public.
then I need to open to the public. Then make a motion. Okay, under public hearings, Part B. This is discussion, approval, disapprove, recommend approval, disapproval of case PZ 1833TA, a proposed text amendment to the Town of Florence Development Code, definitions, Part 3, sign regulations. Mr. Burkhart.
Chairman and Commissioners, again, similar to the last agenda item, nothing has changed with regards to the report or the presentation. We had additional outreach since we saw you last on December 20th. At that meeting, the Commission continued the public hearing, so after you open back up the public hearing and close it, staff's going to recommend, the Planning and Zoning Commission recommend the Town Council approve this text amendment.
Do we have any updates?
No update.
Do we have any questions from the commissioners? Okay, this is the part where I trip all over myself again. So, I will move to open the public hearing for case PZ 1833TA, the Town of Florence Development Code definitions in Part 3 for sign regulations. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I got a bunch of seconds. Motion made by Commissioner Pranzo, second by Commissioner Simmons. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? We are open to the public. No public comment. We will close to the public. What am I missing? We're ready for a motion for recommendation. Okay, I will move that we recommend approval of case PZ 1833TA to the Town Council. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Commissioner Pranzo, second by Commissioner Pro. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carried. Presentations, future agenda items, information only. Do we finally get Ms. Benitez?
Yes. Chairman, we have no upcoming agenda items as of now. Although if the commission has anything,
Boy, you got off way too easy.
I agree. I agree very much.
No wonder he let you do it. God.
You were expecting something more, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
They thought this is a good start for me, and I agree.
Well, we'll just have to wait there, Ms. Table Topics.
Yes.
Okay, I will close future agenda items, call to the public, commission response, call to the public for public comment on issues within the jurisdiction of Planning and Zoning Commission. Individual commission members may respond to criticisms made, may ask staff to review a matter raised, or may ask that the matter be put on a future agenda. However, Members of the commission shall not discuss or take action on any matter during an open call to the public unless the matters are properly noticed for discussion and legal action. No public comment. We will close. Call to the commission, current events only. Do we have any current events? Boy, this is lively. Okay. What can I come up with? 3 weeks, people, 3 weeks. Home tour. Be there or be square. All right. May I have a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion by Commissioner Simmons, second by Commissioner Smith. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? We are adjourned.